Hi, guys. Welcome back to Black Energy and Truth, where this podcast is for everybody. So, I'm going to start off by just doing a quick recap of last week's episode, which I had my roommate, Ebony, on the show, and we talked about roommates. And I hope you guys learned something from that episode, got something. If you didn't like it, please let me know what you didn't like about the podcast. And if you did, also let me know what you liked about it. Again, this is my first podcast, so I just want feedback from the listeners. Please let me know what you guys think. On the YouTube channel, I do have it there for people that want to be visual and for people that want to watch the conversations actually happen and take place. So there, please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. I'm not sure if you could do the same on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, but the podcast is there for you to listen to as well. Now, we're going to jump right into this week's episode. This week, I don't have a guest. As you can see, I'm here by myself, and I just want to talk about what happened this week. I don't really have any particular topic I want to talk about. It's just a recap of what happened. And if you want me to go into depth on anything that sounds interesting to you, please, I'm going to give you the email at the end to just let me know. Or you can follow me on Instagram, and I'll also shout that out and just DM me there. I'll make another episode if you like and go into depth about anything that you found interesting in today's episode. So today, I just want to touch on something that's very dear to me, which is mental health, and it's something that I definitely want to take the stigma out of within like the Black community, because that's something we don't talk about enough. We sit up here and bring up the thought of maybe I need to go see a therapist, or I'm depressed, I'm having anxiety, yada yada yada. We say this to our parents most likely, or our family, our older family members, and immediately what do they say? Who crazy? What you need to go see a therapist for? What you depressed about? You got a roof, food, and clothes on your back. What you sad about? Or, especially if it's coming from a young person like myself, or even younger, like a teenager, or even a child, like 8 years old and younger or whatever. What do they have to be depressed about? All you got to do is go to school, come home, and you already got meals and stuff like that. What are you depressed about? We have to take that stigma out, like for real. Like that's unacceptable at this point. And it's not like we don't have therapists out here that's available to us, because I was honestly this week, I went to go look for therapists for a friend of mine, and they're out here. They're affordable. I mean, I know it's a rough time right now due to Corona, COVID-19, or whatever you want to call it, but it's out here. They're doing telehealth, which is they will sit up here and communicate with you through phone or through video chat, however you need. I'll probably drop the link to the psychologist's website as well on YouTube, but they're out here if you need it. This week, I had a friend way at college and going through some things. Sad, depressed. She needs somebody to talk to. What did I do? As a friend, I sat up here and looked up psychologists, therapists that would be able to communicate with her. Again, because of Corona time and because people are having to stay at home, therapists are taking an extra step in order to communicate with patients through technology means, Skype, phone calls. However, I don't particularly think it's Skype. It's something more secure for patient confidentiality, but the whole point is they're available to you. Their services are available. They still have schedules and booking times and appointments that you can make. It is definitely available. And I just want to really, really capture the importance and of how critical mental health is. Like, it is serious. I myself this week, I even dealt with it with anxiety. I wasn't even about to sit up here and tape this podcast, to be honest, due to the fact that I wasn't feeling it. The other day I was feeling super duper emotional, and it was probably because I didn't sleep for over 24 hours, almost 48 hours. I just could not sleep. Just laid there in bed with my eyes closed. Not sleeping, not resting. And it was a lot of built up anxiety. School is almost done. I'm about to graduate literally next week. But I still have last minute assignments I have to do. I'm not working right now. So I'm struggling with the unemployment thing, as many of you may know, due to the overwhelming amount of people trying to get on unemployment and trying to contact the office and things of that sort. It's hard to talk to somebody. It's hard to get to hold of somebody and make sure that your information is correct. Just a little side note, if you did not know, you have to certify every week for unemployment in order to continue your benefits. People are looking at me like, how did you not know that? I'm sorry, this is the first time I've been unemployed since I was a senior in high school. Like, I never had to sit up here and fill out for unemployment. And I'm sure there's an overwhelming amount of people that are on the same page as I am that never had to fill out for unemployment before. How are we supposed to know? And granted, they probably sent me something in the mail about the way it goes and having to certify every week, but I don't really read every particular thing. Of course, like the past things that they've been sending me, I've been looking at it because I want my money, but that was probably my fault. But I'm still here to let you know that yes, every week you have to certify for unemployment on your particular day, going by last name. At least that's how it's done in Illinois. For you to sit up here and continue your benefits. Also, what went on this week was I got a good question from a friend about relationships. So, and the question kind of went like this. If you're talking to a man, boy, or whatever, and you guys are talking consistently on a good basis for about a month or so, what do you think after he just goes missing or AWOL or just stops communicating all of a sudden after like about a month of talking? I personally told her that he probably found interest in somebody else, because that's usually how it goes. I've been in that situation multiple times. I even asked a male friend of mine for his perspective, and he said something along the same lines that he probably found somebody else, or just the conversation that you were having just lost its spark. If you have any opinions or comments on that, please let us know, because relationships are tricky, especially for this generation where they don't think the talking stage of relationships is not that critical, but it is. It lets you know whether or not you want to even move on to actually officially dating and making that person your girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever the case may be. Or people are talking to more than one person at a time, and your attention span is everywhere but on the person you were initially pursuing. Very frustrating in this day and age. But however, I'm going to discuss upcoming episodes. You guys, I am going to have a male guest on the show sooner or later. If not next week, then the week after that. And I'm going to call that segment Man, Oh Man. I mean, let me know if it's clever, because I believe it was clever, right? And like this week, I didn't have a guest, so it's just going to be me. And I didn't really have a particular topic that really stood out to me that I wanted to spend a whole entire episode on. So that's why I did just a weekly recap of what was going on and like touched on those topics individually. But however, I think I'm going to do that when going forward. If I don't have anything in particular to talk about, I'm just going to do a weekly recap Again, if anything in the weekly recap, if anything stood out to you, please let me know. And if you want me to cover that further, please let me know, because honestly, it's a whole lot that I can say about mental health, and I want to make that a topic itself in its own episode. And it's a lot that I could talk about in relationships. However, because relationships takes two, male and female, male and male, female and female, whatever you're comfortable with, because it takes two people to be in a relationship, or more if it's polygamy. I want to have the other person's opinion. So with that being said, that's why I'm definitely going to be talking to men and giving their opinions about monogamous relationships. And if the topic of polygamy comes up, we might discuss that too, because that is a thing, especially I've been seeing that on social media a lot with men and multiple wives. I might talk about it. But that wraps up this week's episode. You guys, like I said, I wasn't going to do this in the beginning, but I do want to be consistent for you. And I really, really, really want your feedback. I really, really, really want you guys to share. I really, really, really want to make something of this podcast, because this is like my baby. I'm almost done with school, so I'm going to be dedicating more time to giving you guys great content. I am talking to people about being guests. I want to have people that have been through situations be on the show so they can give legit information. They can get their opinions, because their opinions are real, because they've been through it, they've gone through it. And if there's anything that you want to know, anything that you want to talk about, please let me know. Maybe I should do a whole episode about myself, let you guys know about me, because I haven't done that. I just did the intro, and I don't think you guys really know much about me. If you guys are interested, let me know. But a recap on how you can listen to the podcast. It is available on YouTube, Spotify, and just recently, last week, I believe, or maybe Monday, it got added to Apple Podcasts, you guys. So if you have iTunes, if you have an iPhone, it's available to you. It's available. Please stream it. Share it with your friends, share with your family, share with your coworkers. This is for you guys. This is for everybody. Share with your kids. I'm being friendly as I can be. I'm trying not to swear. No explicitity. We're going to edit that out. But I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be here for you guys, and I'm trying to talk to you guys, have a general conversation. And also follow me on Instagram. The podcast is on there as well at BETPodcast. Available on all streaming, I'm not going to say all streaming platforms, because it's not. YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Black Energy and Truth. Black Energy and Truth. And if you follow me on Facebook, I'm not going to give that out to everybody, but if you follow me on Facebook, it's there. It's there. So yeah, that wraps up this week's episode. Please. Oh, the last way you can reach me, I do have an email address for the podcast as well. blackenergyandtruth@gmail.com. If you have any questions, or if you have anything that you want to talk about, you can email me on there as well. If not, just DM me on Instagram, and I'll answer. I'm always on my phone. So thanks, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.